From Main and Gervais, now the fastest growing newscast. ABC Columbia News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. We are live from our downtown studios. I'm Shanae Harris.
And I'm Daniel Siemens. We begin tonight with amazing video from Assembly Street this morning. Check it out. That is where a driver of this truck says the engine began smoking and eventually, as you can see, it burst into flames. Good news here, no one was hurt in the fire, but there is still no word on what actually caused it.
And that was not the only fire in Columbia today. Percival Road had to be shut down for a while this afternoon because of heavy smoke while firefighters fought a 15 to 20 acre brush fire off Percival between Spears Creek Church and Clemson Roads. Paramedics were there, but luckily no one needed them this afternoon.
Hey, Marcia, how are you?
Good.
I'm Harold Reeves, the interim chief of police. See?
At first, people he walks up to are stunned to see a uniformed police officer call out to them.
Build on the partnerships that we have to make sure that we have visibility and keep the downtown area safe.
But interim police chief Harold Reeves says soon he hopes people will see more badges on Columbia's sidewalks.
I want to see the officers out of the metal boxes, the iron boxes, out because, you know, our eyes and ears are in the community or downtown. They see what's going on.
Reeves wants to get more cops out of their cars and into the neighborhoods, patrolling on foot, talking to people, in part of his plan that he says has a greater focus on community police work.
They see officers out and that are available, then they're going to become comfortable. We've got to get out and we've got to talk with the individuals.
Touring Main Street with Matt Kennel of the City Center Partnership, Reeves says he's taking note of what police programs work and which ones don't. For example, Kennel says Main Street is becoming more diverse, with people living and working here, but there's still problems with the homeless and other safety concerns.
I think it makes it more of a challenge. In the past, the police and the business community, frankly, only had to worry about things 12 hours a day, and now we have to look at 18 or 24 hours a day. About 300 people live on Main Street now, so the security issues are not just 9 to 5 anymore.
And according to Reeves, community policing is just the beginning.
We're not going to be afraid to make mistakes. As long as we learn from the mistakes and it's nothing that causes anyone any injury. We're going to be creative and we're going to try new things.
Everybody, we are live from Main and Gervais tonight. I'm Shanae Harris.
And I'm Daniel Siemens. We begin tonight with breaking news. Richland County deputies say a man who shot at them is now in custody.
Yeah, that violent encounter happened earlier today in the Greenview neighborhood, and it forced several schools to be locked down. ABC Columbia's Derek Becker is now live at the corner of Wilkes Road and North Main Street, where the command center is. Hi, Derek.
Well, Shanae and Daniel, what we're being told here is that for the last 3 hours, a suspect wanted by both local and federal authorities held police at bay with a gun from inside an elderly woman's home. Sheriff Leon Lott says it began around 1 o'clock this afternoon when his men tried to stop a stolen car on I-20 not far from here. Lott says the suspect, Jacoby Shepard, fired a bullet at the officers and they returned fire. Shepard ran from the highway and into the woman's home at the corner of Easter and Juniper Streets. Lott says the woman and her son were just pulling out of the driveway when Shepard ran up and pointed a gun at them. They took off. Shepard ran in the home where he stayed for the next 3 hours before finally giving himself up.
This evening, a drug bust in Richland County ended with a shot being fired.
Richland County Lieutenant Chris Cowan says the department's drug suppression team heard there was a drug deal going down at the Riverside Apartments on Lucius Road. But Cowan says when officers were trying to make arrests there, a man pulled out a gun from his waistband and fired a shot. No one was hit, but the man was taken to the hospital and treated for powder burns to his leg. Deputies say they seized a large amount of cocaine tonight and they made several arrests there.
The door jamb is split. Authorities say the attacker forced entry into apartment D27 and strangled a single mother to death.
And all I could really do is cry because it was just shocking to see everything that had went down.
Calandra Reed was Shantae Wilson's friend and neighbor.
She's just a people person. You know, you didn't think anything like that would happen to her.
The Richland County Sheriff's Department says Edward Middleton found Shantae dead in her apartment last night.
Right now, we're following up on some very significant leads, some significant information.
Officials are not clear on the relationship between Middleton and Shantae, but those close to Shantae are.
Her boyfriend found her. He's a good person, too. I've met him before. He's a wonderful person, too.
Because he found the body, deputies have been questioning Middleton. They have not named any suspects.
Neighbors reported they saw a white car drive up to the complex, knock on Shantae's door, come back down, and then return to the apartment, where they say they heard a commotion and then saw the car drive off.
We don't know who it is, but whoever it is, I hope he gets caught.
Calandra doesn't think her friend's murder was random because her neighbors say they saw someone outside the apartment. Now, a 5-year-old little girl is left motherless as investigators continue their search for the killer.
Now, I spoke with one of the managers at the Ross store on Two Notch Road. He confirms tonight that Shantae worked there for 1 year, that the store is just devastated by this loss. No word on funeral arrangements tonight. If you can help law enforcement in this investigation, call Crime Stoppers 1-888-559-TIPS. Live in the newsroom, Robin Henson, ABC Columbia News.